All right. It's a big time, I think. We have majority of the people already joined. For all the latecomers, I guess it's their fault. So all the missing information will be only on their side. So we can actually kick off with our Friday EMEA. Welcome, everyone. My name is Dimitri. I'm the Chief Business Development Officer of user engagement platform called AlphaGuilty. In the future, it will be called Qappi. You may know about that. And today we have two amazing speakers on our EMEA. I can introduce you guys as many times as possible, but I think that nobody can introduce you better than yourself. So maybe let's kick off. Paulo, could you please share with our listeners something about you and make a quick intro?
For sure, for sure. First off, thanks a lot, Dimitri. Thanks, AlphaGuilty, for having me in this Twitter space. I'm really looking forward to our chat today. Just a heads up, English isn't my first language, but I'll give my best shot. My name, as you said, is Paulo Aragão. I joined in the crypto industry in 2016. Right now, I am country manager for Cointelegraph Brazil. And before that, I co-founded one of the Brazil's largest crypto outlets, which we actually sold off last year. I also drop in some Brazilian crypto podcasts and help companies looking to break into the Brazilian market. In the crypto scene, it's pretty common to wear a bunch of different hats at the same time. So I think it's it. Thanks a lot for inviting me, and let's talk.
All right. Thank you so much for such quick but very detailed introduction, Paul. I hope that our listeners right now are really happy to hear that and know a lot about you. And let me introduce our second but very important speaker, Ahmed from Disrupted. Could you please unmute your microphone and share with our listeners something about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, guys, for having me in this AMA session. I'm very happy to be with you. And this is like my first space involvement ever. I rarely speak or gets publicity or exposure unless it's something very unique and intriguing and interesting for me. So thanks for having me here, and I'm so excited about this AMA session. I'm Ahmed Rafai. I started my career back in the days. I'm a computer engineer and a mathematician by background. I had some kind of entrepreneurship experiences into different jurisdictions like the Middle East and Europe, in fintech, in finance, in education, in F&B, in retail. And then I came to Dubai like in 2018, 6 years ago, invited as a hosted investor to some of the meetings and the private dinners with investors and startups. And then I started making a lot of connections and a lot of networking, helping a lot of projects, investors, governments, got engaged in organizing some of the most and the top events, tech events, and crypto and Web3 startup events in the UAE, in Dubai, and then it spinned off to London, to the US, Europe, you name it, like Tokyo, everywhere. And 3 years later, in 2021, I decided to step off all the organizing committees of all the conferences.
Hello. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, because I thought whether it's a problem with my connection or with Ahmed's connection. So looks
I
like
was trying. I was checking my connection. I was also
yeah,
doing it.
because recently X works like total crap, and all the EMEA sessions that we providing, we having connection problem like 5 times per one session. So I already got used to it, and so yeah, when you hear that the speaker is not available, you start checking your connection immediately. So it looks like Ahmed, we got you back. I can hear you now. I guess there's
Yeah,
a little internet breakdown.
I hope that you had a chance to listen to the couple of sentences that I have
Yeah.
said about myself. So we can just get started right now with the AMA session, if we may.
May you maybe repeat after you started to mention about you moving out to Dubai and that you for 6 years already there? I guess that was the moment when your connection got broken and we couldn't hear you well. So maybe you
Uh huh.
can repeat for our listeners because I guess that none of us could hear
Yeah,
what you were
sure,
saying.
sure. So I moved to Dubai 6 years ago by chance, by accident. I was invited here for some dinners and meetings with investors and startups from all over the world. And this was my first engagement into the crypto and the Web3. Before that, I used to do some private equity deals, early stage VC startups, tech, but nothing was really Web3 or blockchain or crypto related. So when I came here, I just realized that Dubai is a universal city. Like I used always to say, New York is international, London is global. But when I came here for the first time, I was like, whoa, this is universal. You know, you literally meet everyone. The whole world travels to you. Everybody here is open to business opportunities. You have 90% of the people here, of the populations, are expats from 200 countries. This is insane. You know, this is just beyond being cosmopolitan or diverse. And then I started by running a lot of the tech conferences globally and getting connected with most of the VCs, most of the prominent figures, learned a lot, experienced it a lot. I went through ups and downs, did a lot of mistakes and a lot of successes. So it was really worth it. And since then, I've been like engaged in the entire ecosystem of the Web3 and the tech startup scene in Dubai, the MENA region.
Oh yeah, I guess we just got you back. You started to mention about the conferences all around the world, and then I stopped hearing you once again.
Yeah, so I would just leave it to the audience to go on disrupted.net and experience for themselves what kind of resources that we have and what kind of infrastructure that they can tap into. It's all open and for free with no registration, no sign up. We don't collect any data. So, and we can take it from there.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for such a wide explanation and basically really exciting background. And cannot wait to kick off with our questions and the topics for today because we have really interesting speakers today, guys. So I wanted to jump straight into the topic that I prepared for today. So, in quick words, guys, today we just having a very classy, I would say casual conversation. Not having really any prepared questions, just a panel discussion about upcoming situation on the market, what we're currently facing, and just literally keep our listeners updated when it comes to how we oversee the market. So, straight from the beginning, guys, it's really amazing once again to have you both here. And I wanted to ask both of you right at the beginning, what key indicators are you guys keeping an eye on right now, like to understand which kind of direction is market headed into? So, like, how you generally would explain to our listeners which kind of indicators you literally track in order to stay updated when it comes to the Web3 market?
Do you want to start, Ahmed?
Well, okay, I can start for sure. So for me, when I look into the Web3 space, it's more or less I don't like to differentiate it from the traditional and the regular VC tech world. It's the same metrics because in the end, you're looking at the fundamentals, at the intrinsic value of a project or whatever you're looking into, even if you're looking into a speculative coin or a meme coin that doesn't have really a physical, tangible thing in the background that you can measure the economics of it in the same way that you will assign metrics to measure the fundamentals and the financial strength and health of a project or an investment. So what I will look into is that what kind of market and when I mention market, I mean more what kind of community is behind such an investment or a project or whatever that I'm looking into to see really, does it have a momentum? If there will be a backing for this project or coin, is someone is gonna really believe in that, or is it more concentrated in the hands and the wallets of just some few market makers who will just bump and dump and then pump and dump again? I think it will go through a very detailed.
You are back, Ahmed. We can hear you once again.
Yeah. So as I said, it's just like that. You look at the intrinsic, at the fundamentals, at the economics behind any project or coin, and see what kind of market participants, what kind of community is
Yeah.
driving the hype behind this project or coin or whatever. So whether it's something that is backed by a physical asset or backed by the economics of a project and an ecosystem, or whether it's a totally speculative asset or coin or meme coin.
Oh, that's really interesting approach, and actually, I 100% agree with you. Because currently, when we're looking at the market, we have a lot of, as you said, pump and dump projects who basically just artificially create the demand for their product, create some artificial community all around it, and then just fake the investors and trying to push with that. And it's really important to check the fundamentals and really see how the project is structured and what's standing behind that. And Paula, what is your opinion on that? How you actually treated yourself?
So, in my mind, this decision is totally free. Each person can have his own decision because, for example, meme coins doesn't make any sense to me because doesn't have any kind of fundamental in a long term. But a lot of people just want to make the pump and dump, and the crypto market is free, so the people can do it, no problem. But my personal opinion, we need to analyze some features of the project to discover if makes sense in a long term. For instance, as Ahmed said, the fundamental. If it is a meme coin, we know it doesn't have any kind of fundamental in a long term. So probably in the next cycle, this coin will die. If survive until the next cycle, we are seeing a lot of projects that start raise a lot of money and then 1 week or 2 weeks after die. So if a person is joining the crypto market now, generally I said that they need to watch the volume of that coin because less volume in the last 24 hours, it's easy to manipulate the project. So again, it is a totally personal decision, but for me, for Paulo Aragão, I'm not able to join a project that I think that could die in 1 week or two.
Yeah, here I fully agree with you. Like when it comes to meme coins, you guys actually just touched very interesting topic. And like for me, as for a pretty, I would say, young person in crypto, because I personally joined the space around 2 years ago, and since then every day was the day of learning, and basically with financial background for me was way easier to jump into the space, but still there were a lot of things that were not clear for me. And meme coins is like one of the examples of that, because I was personally just not understanding how does it work. Like, what is the reason for the people to buy out this stock, and especially when they understand that there is nothing standing behind it, only just memes. How funny it is and ridiculous. And basically, what we see on the market right now that everyone is literally trading meme coins is, from point of view, sad because people are not paying attention to fundamentals, and a lot of good projects with really interesting products standing behind them are not getting as much appreciation as they were supposed to get. But from the other side, the hype around meme coins is actually bringing a lot of Web2 users into the space. And all the, I would say, gamblers in their blood coming to the space just to earn some quick money by investing in meme coins. And with the perspective of them starting to invest into meme coins, they learn about Web3 space, they learn about DeFi, and get a lot of insights for them, and then become the members of the space in full, I would say. And so from my personal view, it's very 50-50, and you can never say whether it's positive or negative. But for us, as for Web3 enthusiasts, for whom the biggest aim, I would say, is to bring more people into the space, it just works well. And what do you guys think of it, like, about meme coins and about this general hype and general approach of people just joining the space to gamble, not to really make their analysis and understand the fundamentals? What do you think? Whether is it positive for this space or is negative for us?
So I totally agree with your word gambling, Dimitri, because in my opinion, it's exactly what it is. It is a gambling. And I don't think it's good to the ecosystem, because a lot of people are joining the crypto world right now because of the meme coins, and a lot of people will lost money because of it. And this person will think that crypto, it is a gambling game, and crypto is not a gambling game. In crypto, we can gamble with this kind of project, with this kind of coin, but it's not the entire crypto world. So I think it's not healthy to crypto this kind of hype, in my opinion.
Yeah, I fully agree with you at this space. And Ahmed, what do you think about it? Maybe you have different opinion when it comes to meme coins.
Well, so far, meme coins is just like it has to do more or less with semiotics, and this will take us more into psychology and social dynamics. So it's the same like why people love Batman or the Joker or
Yeah.
Harley Quinn or whatever your favorite fantasy character is. It has to do a little bit more about the concepts behind gaming, electronic games in the first place, about self-realization in a fantasy world, in a virtual world. For example, if you look at electronic arts, the legacy game publishers, what they were really selling is not the games, it's the self-realization, that you realize yourself in an environment where you can just imagine yourself and it can affect your ways of being and the way that you think about yourself and about the world around you. So when it goes to meme coins, it's totally a pure casino economy, and there's even economic and financial models behind that. If you look how a casino is run, you will understand how the meme coin waves are being served, and how they are being created in the first place. People who tap into this are either having fun, or either they are yeah, it's like the lottery, wishing to become rich overnight or making fast quick returns. So if you treat it like you're having fun, it's just you're playing a game, or maybe you treat it like collectibles when people used to collect cards or stickers or posters or all these kind of vintage things. You can treat it the same way. It's more of a semiotic angle of looking at it.
It's actually a very interesting approach you just said, that when you treat it as collectibles is something way different. I didn't even have this kind of approach when understanding the meme coin market before. So really, really insightful mention, Ahmed, I would say. So I think our listeners will also make some remarks for them listening to that. So really good point, Ahmed. And I wanted to move forward and basically just see some other trends on the market. So, Paula, maybe as the country manager at Cointelegraph Brazil, what's the vibe like down regarding crypto? Like, are there any interesting stories or trends catching your eye in Latin market?
So right now, the people are very bullish in the crypto market, because basically two factors. The first one is the ETF. The ETF is capitalizing a lot of attention at these last months, and because of the halving, that we will have the halving less than 16 days from today. I believe it will be in 15 days, to be more precise. So these two topics are capitalizing a lot of attention in the last 2 weeks. And in generally, at least here in Brazil, the people are a lot bullish with the market.
That's good to hear it. And actually, yeah, ETFs, we'll come back to them a little bit later. I wanted to talk to them closer to the end of our EMEA, but yeah, this is a really good point, that starting with EMEA, I'm sorry, ETF approvals and the actual halving that is coming very soon. People are really bullish about the market, and I'm only curious what's going to happen afterwards. And so, Ahmed, like, what do you think? Altseason has been a topic of much speculation lately, and with your expertise, what are some of the triggers you look for to identify the beginning of Altseason, and how can investor capitalize on this opportunities effectively?
Well, if I understand your question correctly, for Altseasons, you're talking about the alternative digital assets or alternative coins, the altcoins.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
uh, well,
basically,
I,
not Bitcoin, Ethereum coins. So everything besides it.
you can talk about whatever. You can talk about Ethereum. You can talk about Solana. You can talk about stable coins. You can talk about whatever you want. Anything that can be tokenized and traded and transferred in a digital way. It is no different than the FX market or the stock market or even the international money transfers you do over your online banking or TransferWise or Revolut or whatever. Everything is digital, and crypto and blockchain is no different. It's still digital. Whether you're talking about centralization or decentralization or semi-decentralization, that's something totally purely technical and database layer level. So when I look at altcoins, it's no different than the first thing that I said. Look at the fundamentals behind it. Look who's driving this market. Look who's behind the altcoin or the alt asset. Is it an entity or is it just a group of people? What if these people just are no longer there? Is there any kind of financial strength or financial health or a viable and a standing economic model behind it, the community that believes in it? Because if nobody knows about it, it doesn't exist, you know?
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Here, like what I personally see that it's usually the outflow from the fundamental tokens such as Bitcoin into altcoins because people get more interest after the halving and they see the potential opportunities and start researching a lot of the project and basically just money has this outflow into the altcoins. But still, this is a very big important point that you just mentioned that without the fundamental research and without looking at who's really standing behind the project, as you said, whether it's the entity or the group of people, and how the business is structured, what is the team behind that, what is the experience of the team, what's the potential roadmap of the product, and so on and so on, you're never going to understand the real value of the project. So my personal opinion about that is like when you're looking at the project, you should personally think yourself like who is going to use that and how they going to do it. And if you see that the product is really needed on the market and it solves some headaches which people have and solves it in a very good and smooth way, not like made in the way where your web page doesn't work well when the team is not really knowing what they're doing, then I think this project should really take its position on the market.
Well, to add something just to this as a very simple question or a metric or a measurement of evaluation of things, just think of anything, literally anything that you're looking into, whether it's crypto or not crypto, anything in life. Just ask yourself a question. 5 years from now, will this thing still exist? Will be somebody there
Yeah.
who will be still interested in it 5 years from now or still be using it? And regarding the events and the occasions like the halving or whatever happens in the market to any kind of asset, this is going to just create some momentum, some inertia for a very short time. So if you are a trader, you really don't have to care about the fundamentals and all this kind of stuff. You just need to be a technical trader. You look at technical indicators, the statistics, the market cap, the volume of trading, and then you are just a swing trader or a day trader or an even intraday trader who's just buying and selling, hitting and running. But if you are an investor, you need to look on the 5 years horizon.
Yeah, for sure. When it comes about
Uh,
long term,
uh,
this is a really important point.
just to think in crypto, 5 years it's like an eternity because
Yeah.
crypto it's really new. So 5 years it's a lot of time, and in my opinion, we don't know yet the potential that crypto has. So sometimes it's hard to think about 5 years in the future. And about the out season, Dimitri, I don't think that we are in the out season just yet. Yeah, I know that some altcoins, especially the meme coins, as we were talking, are doing better than Bitcoin right now. But in my eyes, the real out season is when the bigger altcoins start outshining, outperforming Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and we are not there yet. I really think that we could join in the out season after the halving, but right now we are not there.
Yeah, I fully agree with you here. And even looking at historical data, usually Altseason starts after the halving. So we can really just wait and see what's going to happen during this summer. Different analytics actually show different, I would say, different scenarios for the upcoming summer. I heard a lot of bad things that are going to happen and about a lot of good things that are going to happen. But here, I personally just look around and see which kind of direction the market goes. As far as it's my first bull market in my entire life, I'm really just catching the points
Welcome.
and start. Thank you so much. It's actually very funny because I joined the crypto space. I usually tell this thing that when I join something, I do it in the worst possible moment. And I joined crypto space by meeting Jack Tan of Woo Network, and he hired me over to Woo, and I started as the business development manager in there. And just imagine being a business development manager, reaching out to the new region, and then facing the collapse of FTX on your second week of work. So it was really, not the best time to join the space. But but it's
I
always
think it's the best time, Dimitri. I
yeah,
think it's the best time because if you join during the hell, you will enjoy more the heaven.
yeah, exactly.
So
It's,
I
how
think
it's
it's the
called.
best time to join.
It's how people say that tough times create good men create
It's
good
true.
times create weak men.
Yes, it's true.
So yeah, but like really seeing that, like I just got used to seeing all the market going down constantly and all the people being very unbullish about what's happening. And right now see how even non-crypto related people are talking about it, and everyone is, just wanted to buy Bitcoin. And all the exchanges, you have 0% if you want to exchange from crypto to fiat, but from fiat to crypto you have a lot of commissions because everyone is just putting money in there. I'm really happy to see it myself. And, it's just great to face this kind of activity on the market with your personal eyes. And, we just started to talk about the future and the exact topic of upcoming 5 years and everything. And, guys, ETFs, the effect of ETFs was a really hot topic in crypto space recently. And Ahmed, Polo, what do you think is the impact that will be on the market, and how do you foresee it influencing regulations and investor behavior in the upcoming month?
I'm glad that we came to the final topic and the most exciting one in this AMA session, which is ETFs. Like this was the main topic that I was thinking about when I was asked to join this AMA session. ETFs, well, it was something that was very predictable to come to this space. Like 5 years ago or even more, yeah, people were talking about ETFs, ETPs, whatever the market orientation at that time and now, it's just going to the same traditional way. You're just packing and wrapping the products in one vehicle to give access to a less liquid investors, or maybe those who doesn't have the time and the skills to manage their own assets, just to buy a one product, which is an ETF that wraps inside it a lot of assets. So you look at it as a basket of assets. The thing about this from a risk management perspective, and now I will talk from a financial professional or an investment practitioner point of view, the ETFs will concentrate the markets in some assets, because when you have a lot of ETFs, you will find a lot of similarities between them, because asset managers, to some extent, they tend to act in the same way and sometimes have the consensus on the same assets, and sometimes they pool investments together or they co-invest. The
Yeah,
ETFs are
okay.
like baskets of assets. So they will concentrate the market into some assets, because asset managers tend to act similarly to some extent and pick the same assets in a consensus analysis. And sometimes they follow each other investments, or they co-invest together, or they invest in each other. So this will concentrate the market, and you will find some irrationalities that sometimes the market doesn't do, or the market doesn't do what it should when it should. you'll find these irrationalities because of sometimes the market is skewed because of the high volume of ETFs and the concentration into specific assets. You will find this skewness and this kurtosis in the distribution of the market.
And how do you think it's going to affect the market in a long-term run? Like, let's say in the perspective of 2 years, what will be the difference, like with the market that we currently have with the market that we are going to have?
It depends about how many market participants will be there, how many institutions and how many ETFs will be there on the market.
So let's consider, let's say that, like, I personally think that ETFs for Ethereum is an easy go, and it will be done in perspective of 1 year, and maybe some other altcoin. And let's say we have two additional ETFs. So let's say we have like twice bigger the market than we have right now. And what's your forecast for that? Like, what people should maybe be aware of, or which kind of things people should look at?
I think you should look at the underlying assets in every ETF. Nobody can predict, nobody knows, not even the big institutions.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need, once the ETF is out there, just go into the fact sheet of the ETF and see what kind of assets does this ETF hold and what kind of strategy does this ETF imply? Is it actively managed or is it passively managed? Is it a set and forget? It's just holding the assets for some time, or is it on a daily basis that they do the net asset value of the ETF, or a quarterly basis or annually basis? You need to have a little bit more of a financial acumen to look into the ETF as a product, as a financial or a product or an investment vehicle.
Yeah, I fully agree with you here. And Paula, maybe you have some comments about this one as well.
For sure, the ETF is a hot topic in the crypto world. And since day one of the Bitcoin spot ETF, they already bought more than 200,000 Bitcoins. And we need to consider that the Grayscale ETF, the GBTC, had more than 600,000 Bitcoins at that moment. Until yesterday, if you sum all 11 Bitcoin ETFs, they are holding more than 800,000 Bitcoins. That's more than 4% of the total supply of the Bitcoin. It's a lot. And in my opinion, they are only in the beginning. So it's pretty clear that the ETFs are a big reason behind this bull run. And about the ETF of Ethereum, the Ethereum spot ETF, in my mind, it's a matter of time, disapproval. I know that the SEC is trying to put the Ether as a security, but we need to think about the assets management firms that already filled their applications, their forms to SEC. And then we need to think about BlackRock. We have this say here in Brazil, BlackRock doesn't ask permission. They announce what's going to happen. It's a say here in Brazil. And they already communicated the SEC that they want this ETF approved. As you say, I don't expect it to happen next month or anything. But thinking approval next year, I don't think it's impossible. And in my mind, we'll have a lot of demand for these ETF as we are seeing the Bitcoin one. And the Ethereum ETF will be really interesting because some assets management are putting the staking thing, they want to put the Ethereum in stake. So it's not only the ETFs, it will be a ETF with stake. So I really think that you will gain a lot of attention of the market.
For sure. And, really interesting point. And I hope, I just don't have anything to add here. You guys just literally touched a whole topic. From my side, I can only agree with you and say that let's see how it's really going to happen on our market. And Paula, as I saw, you're also the co-founder of Terry Fedor WS. And could you share insights into how your platform is adapting to the evolving landscape influenced by ETFs and other market trends, and how it's helping investors to navigate these changes?
So to be honest, Dimitri, this is another company. It's not crypto related. It's about telecommunications. So it doesn't have a link with crypto or financial market. It's a totally different thing here.
Oh, that's so interesting because I thought that you guys also somehow operate with a Web3 space. So I think I just overcrypted myself, if I can call it so.
we
So,
use we use blockchain to make some timestamps, but
mhm.
it's not a directly crypto related company.
And you know what I wanted to say? Like I met very, very many people in this space because of my role, I would say, in the company. As business developer, you have to talk to a lot of people, and
It's
you
true.
make some conclusions because of that, of course. And I personally saw that, as myself, as the person from not Web3 original business at my beginning, I saw that, a lot of people in this space who are not only crypto people but also doing some Web 2 business are actually having kind of wider overlook at the market, because I personally met a lot of degens, degens who really just sitting into crypto, and the only thing that they have in their mind is crypto, 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 Web 3, and then they just don't see the market out of the border of the products that are made only for degens. And so basically, what I personally think, that if our biggest aim is in enlarging this space and bringing more people into Web 3 and just spreading the adoption, then we need to think in the realm of Web 2 user as well, and understand their habits, understand what people like out there, and make the products that are aimed not only for people who are already in crypto, but think on how we can make the product which will be interesting for Web 2 user but be Web 3 at the same time. And this is just a good point. And I'm really, really interesting that I missed out like that on this one. But yeah, um, Ahmed, I actually have a question to you. With your background in disruptive technologies, what advice would you give to individuals looking to enter the crypto space for the first time? And how can they navigate the complexities of the market efficiently?
Well, that's a very straightforward question. Like everything you need to do is to do your own homework, do your own research, do your own due diligence on everything that you are trying to do in life, not just in the Web3 or the digital asset space. So get educated. Don't rush in. I know there is a lot of adrenaline and cheap dopamine involved in a lot of these things, and that's why we're still dealing and trying to treat and cure the bad reputations that was created by the misusers of the terminologies and the concepts of the space. But in the end, it's a tech sector. It's still technology. It's database layers. So if you want to be on the business side or the technical side, maybe I would just like people can just you can tap into, for people who are newcomers or just like still experiencing the space for the first time. They can tap into our Web3 master course on disrupted.net/Web3 master course. You will find just a list of free open resources, the basic ones that we think that everyone should know. Some of these resources, by the way, are pulled from Cointelegraph, and we have just recently shared their
Thank you.
report on the ABCs of crypto and blockchain. So guys, you can just go. Even we have a Telegram channel that has 80 students who joined this course on the first week, and we are thinking and planning of doing some recorded sessions. So for those who don't like that much to read the articles and the resources that we have put on the website, they can just see the recorded sessions once they are live. You can go on Telegram on T.
Ahmed, you just lost your connection a second ago. So let's wait once again for Ahmed to come back, and I hope that it will be the last breakdown for today's CMEA. Yeah, so sorry guys, but recently X is working like crap literally, and it doesn't really allow you to make as smooth conversation as possible, but still a great platform to host, and a lot of amazing listeners and great speakers out there. So Let's just wait for Ahmed to come back. Oh, yes.
I hope I'm back.
Yes, you are back now.
Yeah. So yeah, just go there, see what we have done the homework for everybody who's trying to join the space. You can either go on the our website on disrupted.net/Web3 Master Course on Telegram. You can just search for Web3 Master Course as one word. You will find it. We have 80 students in this group. We don't ask for anything, no registration. We don't know who's there, who's tapping into the resources, who's learning, who's not. Just go there. It will save you months of trying to filter the right information and the complete information and resources. They are all open and free resources pulled from Cointelegraph, from Binance, from Investopedia, from a lot of other, from Accenture, and it covers the whole holistic view from the digital skills to the soft skills to the business model to the technicalities. If somebody even wants to get a little bit of knowledge about the database layers and interrelational databases and how blockchains are designed, just take it from there.
Nice. This is actually like, guys, make your notes, hashtag make your own research. And of course, when you are the new joiner in the space, you don't understand anything. And I remember from myself personally that I didn't have any compass to actually navigate through the space. Now it's literally just asking all my Web3 friends, like, guys, how can I learn? Where can I get the information? And it is so cool that you guys have the platform where you have all the data combined for the new joiners to actually have a quick overlook on the market and understand the basis of it. So this is just a pure excitement when it comes to having the platforms like that. So yeah, Binance did it for myself a couple years ago, and Binance Academy was a really great tool. And here, it is really exciting that you guys made even better thing when it comes to learning for the new joiners. And Ahmed, like, we've been talking a lot about what's going on the market and what is going to happen on the market, but let's maybe make it kind of more related to the region where you know best how it all operates. So when it comes to the UAE market, how you personally see the implementation of blockchain technology in the region, and basically how the future of crypto looks in the country.
Well, to make a long story short, I'm just going to direct our audience to some resources that will describe the entire ecosystem in the UAE. So, for example, if you tab on disrupted.net and go to our magazine or blog or even on the homepage, you will find the headlines. We just have produced last year the Dubai VC Ecosystem Report. 6 parts of this report covering everything that has never been written like this before about Dubai, from the ecosystem, what is the best and the worst things about it, who are the truly investors who add value, what are the best and top incubators and accelerators, what are the most favorite events and conferences that you should attend, who are the people that you need to meet there with their contact details. Even the investors, you can, they have their contact details. Everything is there. There is also as well the Crypto Oasis ecosystem report, which is listed on Disrupted website as well. You can just tap into a lot of the visionaries, insights, the people who are building in the UAE and coming from all over the world to set up in the UAE. You will find as well the UAE SME toolkit, where you can find as well how to start your journey in the UAE, how to set up your business, the legal issues, the taxing, the everything, the investors, the government support, the accelerators, the incubators. Just go there, and you will not just find the UAE. You will find even some other ecosystem and VC guides from our friends at Open.
All right, there is a problem with connection. Once again, I said this already like 5 times in today's session. Unfortunately or fortunately, but it is what it is. Elon, please fix your platform. We want to have stable connection,
I,
my
I
God.
think I think he's trying. I think he's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think let's just wrap it here.
Oh yeah, we can hear you, Ahmed, now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was saying even there is Cointelegraph magazine. They are having this crypto city guides on like a dozen of cities, like Prague, like Melbourne, like Dubai, Vancouver, London, New York. Like just go tap into these resources. We almost aggregated the entire browsing journey on disrupted.net. Just go there and you will find all the cool guys that we think that they are amazing and you should know about them, like Cointelegraph, like Crypto Oasis, like other even platforms, not just in the crypto but the entire tech VC spectrum. Anything tech, of course, you'll find 50% or the majority of the content is Web3 related, because this is the trend and the wave and the hype and the buzz these days. But you can tap into the entire VC ecosystem globally, from LA to Tokyo, on disrupted.net.
For sure. This is just cool. So, guys, listeners, if you have any problems, any blind spots, I would say, in your understanding of the market, just had to disrupt it and learn about everything and use the information that is laying just on the top. And it is cool when you have the information in a very easy access, especially when none of your data is being collected and nothing is paid there. So just use it for your own purpose and make your own research. So, I would love to also ask my last thing to Paulo. So, Paulo, with your experience in Cointelegraph Brazil, could you provide some insights into the current sentiment towards the cryptocurrency adoption among Brazilian investors? And are there any notable trends you're observing in the local market?
So here in Brazil, we recently have a pool about the cryptocurrency with the population, and the adoption is increasing here. More than 55% of the population already have Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency. Here in Brazil, some banks offer crypto directly in your bank account. So you can open your bank app and buy Bitcoin directly from the app. So here in Brazil, the adoption is really increasing. For instance, we have two cities here in Brazil that, two small cities, of course, that they accept Bitcoin and Tether USDT in many places, many stores. So you can live only in crypto. In
Wow.
Brazil, we already have it, and it's really good to see. I included, I can share with you some videos that I went there to make some records, so I can share with you after if you want it. And it's really good. It's really good to see that the
Sure.
crypto is increasing here in Brazil. Not only in Brazil, to be honest, but in Latin America, the people are using a lot crypto to survive in general. I think the inflation helped the people to search about crypto to avoid the inflation. So crypto is a genuine answer to it.